Oh my gosh, it's finally here. So what we've been waiting for, guys. The one, the only, LR Bojack! Wait, what? What's going on, everyone? TallenV back here, and today we are going to be going over what is kind of surprising, yet kind of not surprising at the same time. We got another LR reveal, and it's not Vegetto Blue for everyone who's wondering where that is, and I honestly have no idea. I have a feeling it's not going to be announced until maybe year 3, and it will be first announced on Facebook because that's where global stuff is announced. Remember, all this voting stuff has only so far been on global. It will go to both versions of the game, but it will probably go to global first, right? The voting was for global, and anyone who sends me pictures of saying, no, there was kanji and everything, it was voted in Japan. No, that's Chinese kanji, this is Japanese kanji, which is totally different. So, meanings are somewhat the same, but the way you read it is actually totally different, so yeah. So anyway, in terms of when Vegetto Blue is coming, I have absolutely no idea, guys. They don't communicate anything to us, even to us YouTubers or anything like that, so please get on ask. I know a lot of people are mad, but at this point, just forget about it. You're just gonna have to continue on with the game, and then eventually you're gonna see and go like, "Hey, it's finally here." So you know that's personally what I'm doing. We don't even know, what the reasons are. Is it a new card, an old, the old card that we have? Doesn't really matter right now. So let's just go into what we know right now, and let's translate some of this Bojack stuff because there's a lot of confusion, especially when it first came out. And when I saw it, like I got onto Twitter today after I was done teaching my classes, and I was sitting there. I was like, what is with this Bojack passive skill? But before I even saw it, I saw all these tweets and everything about going, oh man, LR Bojack so awesome and everything. And I look at this passive because everyone was talking about how great it is. And I'm sitting there going, guys, this passive is extremely vague and weird. And the more I looked at it, I'm like, this isn't what people are thinking it is. So I'm gonna go into, so on the side, either in the center or on the side of the screen, I'll be showing you the essay animation, so you can check it out. And also the card will be on there, but I want to just go over the kanji itself and the translations and everything, and kind of truly show what it means. And then we'll get on to maybe what he could potentially get put on in terms of a team and everything, because there's only a couple of teams that you would really want to throw this guy onto, obviously, and then we'll go from there. So yeah. So anyway, first off, let's go with his leader skill, right? His leader skill is super easy to translate. It's just like the LR Goten and Trunks, except swap for extreme now. So it's extreme int types, key plus 4, HP attack and defense of 100%, and then it's super int types, key plus 2, HP attack and defense up 70%, okay? So just like the LR Goten and Trunks, but swapped because of super and extreme and everything like that, okay? Very easy right there. Now, his passive skill, this is where it gets interesting, okay? The very first part, very simple. This was not wrong by any means. Everyone was getting this right. We all knew this was pretty well. It's attack and defense up 80%. Okay. Pretty standard right there to translate. Everyone can look at that because there's not really much to translate. It's just attack, 80%. We all know how to read that. What comes after that is another question. I'm going to be putting the kanji up on the screen at the same time to kind of break it down for you guys in terms of what it means directly when translating the kanji. Now, before I translate it though, I do want to say one thing is that this may not be the final Bojack card because as of the time of this recording, we're probably getting this on Tuesday Japan time, right? Because that's when the all int banner goes away. And so we're probably going to see some kind of double rates banner or something like that. With that said, though, maybe they will finally add in this extra information that I'm about to talk about when it comes to the passive skill. But as of right now, it is very, very vague. And you really don't know where it's supposed to be in terms of when it's gonna activate, what will activate, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's get into this first. So after the part that it says attack and defense up 80%, very easy as I said before. The next part says HP ga oi hodo sara ni attack up. Okay, and then in parentheses it says saidai. Saidai means to a max of, or up finally till essentially 70%, okay? I believe the original translations that were floating around the internet were basically saying if your HP is 70% or above, your attack goes up 70%. That's not how this is read. This is not how the kanji is read, okay? So HP ga, okay, that's pretty standard right there when it comes to Japanese, and then oi, okay? So this first kanji, oi, means a lot, okay? It literally means a lot. That's what it means. And then the second part, which is hodo sara ni, okay? It basically, so when you translate this into English, it says the more HP you have, the more your attack goes up. a total of 70%. So what exactly does that mean? This is the vague part that I was talking about. We don't know. Like, okay, so keep in mind when looking at something with a passive with HP restrictions and everything, okay? Usually it says if your HP is 30% or above, 50% or above, 80% or above, whatever it might be, it's going to say as long as it's above that threshold point at the beginning of the turn, then your attack goes up, your defense goes up, you give attack or key to a bunch of people and everything. That's how it usually works, right? This is saying, though, the more HP you have, the more your attack goes up at a max of 70%. So at a max, your HP will go up by 70%. But exactly how does that work? Because is it going to work something like Big Bad Bosses where at any moment, the moment you get attacked or the moment you're at your HP, when you get attacked, that's when it's activated? So maybe if you're at full health and you get hit once and your HP goes down a little bit, instead of it being 70% extra attack, it's now going to be 60 or 50%? Is that how it's going to work? We don't know really. And that's the thing that makes it very vague right there, okay? Now, if we look at the other part of his passive where it says the opposite, okay? The next one says, because it has to deal with his defense now, because this is something that we haven't really seen before. And he says, HP ga suku nai. Okay, suku nai or skoshi, if you've ever studied any kind of Japanese, you know that this means a little. And so this means kind of like going down, basically. It says, suku nai hoda sarani, defense up, okay? So this literally translates to the less HP you have, the more your defense goes up. And so, again, I don't know. This goes back to what we did with the attack part, right? Does it mean that the more you increase your HP, or sorry, you decrease your HP, your defense is going to start to go up? So the way I'm looking at this, okay, again, I don't know how this is exactly working. Is this going to be activated like Big Bad Bosses? Or is this just simply at the start of the turn, and after that, it doesn't matter? We don't know yet, right? This is going to require testing for whoever happens to pull this guy. But basically, the way that's saying is that the more your HP continues to go down, the more your defense will go up, okay? But at the same time, if it is tied with that attack part, then your attack's going down. So let's say this, for example, okay? You start to turn, you're at 80%. You're at full health, so you have 150% attack up, okay? And only 80% in the defense. Let's say you have no choice but to get hit a couple of times no matter what. You're going against a boss that's going to be hitting every single slot, so you have to get hit no matter what. You get hit 2 times, and your HP is going to go down a little bit. And all of a sudden, instead of that 60% or 70%, you now get maybe a 60 or 50% increase in the attack. And now, because you've lost HP, then that means you've gained 20% or 10 or 20%. So now your defense is up 100%, but your attack's only up 130%. That's, again, I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not saying that this is a bad passive or this is a good passive or, you know, whatever it might be. I'm just saying, I'm just going by the kanji translations itself that we don't really know what this means, right? If that is the case, though, where if you start at full health and then you start at the 150% because of the extra 70% that you get, and then you get hit a couple times, so your defense is raised, but then your defense raises, but your attack lowers. Is that how it works? But then if you happen to heal because of someone's super attack or something like that, then is it going to then increase your attack? So like one example I could think of is that if you use Kid Buu on that team, because Kid Buu actually, he's now going to get plus 8 key if you run him on that team there, then he heals when he super attacks. So if Kid Buu gets hit, your HP goes down, and so LR Bojack's defense will go up and his attack goes down. I'm talking about the extra part, not the 80%, keep in mind, okay? Then Kid Buu super attacks and he heals you up. So that means your attack goes back up a little bit and your defense goes back down. Now, again, this is all just assumption. I don't know if this is truly how it works or not. The only way we can really know is, of course, once we get the card. And I will actually admit, though, in terms of originality on a passive skill, if it does work like that, that is actually pretty cool, right? You've really got to manage your HP. That's pretty cool. I'm all for that, actually. But the only downside, or the only thing that I see a downside of this is the fact that when it comes to these teams nowadays, you have so much HP and so much, you know, defense and attack and offense and, you know, all this stuff that it's going to make minor differences, right? I mean, let's say, again, you're at full HP, you take a couple of hits, and you're taking 10 damage because you're an LR, right? LRs naturally tank for the most part unless they get super attacked by type disadvantage or type advantage, right? So so if you're just getting normal attack, let's say he's an intel, you're getting hit by a strength or something like that, and they're doing 10 damage. Well, how much does that your HP is going down, obviously, but does that really affect the extra attack boost you're getting? Is it not affecting the defense boost that you're getting? So it's a little bit of a weird passive there in the long run. So again, I don't know how to really judge this. It really all just depends on what's going to happen when it comes out. So, other than that, though, the Bojack itself, he's got a cool animation. I guess it's ripped right from the movie. So, in terms of why LR Bojack, don't even ask. I have absolutely no idea. I mean, it's even funny. Like, I was looking at the Twitter page itself, and I was looking at all the Japanese comments, and everyone here in Japan's going, why Bojack? What's going on here? So I'm just like, really, why did you pick Bojack? He's not even that popular, but they have a hard-on for Bojack, I swear. I mean, we've had that SR Bojack for quite a while, the strength one all the way back when Team Gohan originally came to the game. Then we got the Dokkan Awakens for the agility one and the original strength one. And it's just, now we're getting an LR one. It's just like, okay, cool, I guess. So, and depending on how this SR card works, potentially, this is the second LR that does not have a formable super attack, with LR Majin Vegeta being the first, as of right now, the only one. So, because even if he can, raise that super attack by the STR one or the agility one, the only way to get those are by stone summons. So that's not technically farmable. It is farmable technically, but it's not, like in-game farmable. Majin Vegeta can get his SA up attack if you use the tech one, right? But overall, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Unless they have released another one, I don't know, they could, I guess, but it's hard to say at that point, so. And then other than that, he's also in the category for Revived Warriors, so he fits on the Int Frieza's team, so he'll be hitting like a beast. And from what I can see, he does link pretty well with LR Majin Vegeta, so if you happen to have him, that's 2 LRs right there you can put together, and boom, you're doing pretty well, so yeah. So other than that, guys, that's it for the Japanese translations. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about him? Again, we're gonna have to test this guy out. We really are. Like I said, the way that the kanji is currently written, again, it could change, but the way it's currently written, this is not what a lot of people thought it was originally, and this is basically how it's directly translated. As for what it could mean and how it's going to be effective in battle, I'm not sure yet, so we'll have to see. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, leave a like if you liked the video, subscribe if you happen to be new, and don't forget to follow me on Twitch. If you guys saw the video that I posted earlier today, which was the basically recording from the live stream that I did about my Dragon Ball Super episode 111 discussion and live stream, and then questions from you guys and everything. I'm gonna be doing that every Sunday now, so if you weren't able to come and you missed it, go ahead and check that video out. I know there are a few audio problems and everything, but that stuff should hopefully be fixed by now. But don't forget to follow me on Twitch so you can see it next weekend. So yeah. So anyway, guys, again, hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, everyone, I'll see you in the next one.